Betts and Walker, Books 1 and 2, Prior Violations, and Brazen Violations. Written by Jonathan Macpherson. Narrated by Tom Campbell. City Beach Books Audio presents Betts and Walker, Book 1, Prior Violations. Written by Jonathan Macpherson. Narrated by Tom Campbell. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Medieval proverb. Chapter 1. Medi Heist. The two guards sat in the back of the van, surrounded by plastic tote bins that were stacked with various prescription medicines. Steve, the younger of the two, shook his head in quiet disapproval as Bill thumbed through the social feed on his phone. Steve was new to the job and had a vigilance that came from both wanting to make a good impression and being genuinely concerned about the possibility of a heist. Bill had been doing the gig for several months and was yet to see any action. The opioid crisis that had gripped the eastern and southern states and had recently hit California had been good to him. Previously, he had struggled to find regular work, but since thieves and junkies had started carjacking pharmaceutical delivery vans, he had as many shifts as he could handle. In Bill's opinion, the risk of a holdup was low, almost non-existent. Steve wasn't so sure. When the tires squealed and the vehicle jerked sideways, bins flying around them, there was no doubt in Steve's mind that they were being hit. Both men were thrown into a wall of blue bins as the vehicle skidded to a halt. Steadying himself, Steve drew his handgun and backed up to the rear as Bill got up off the floor. There were hurried footsteps outside, heavy boots on asphalt, then a heavy clunk on the rear of the vehicle, followed by another. Steve thought it sounded like large magnets being attached to the doors. More hurried boot steps followed, then two small explosions, and the back doors were blown off their hinges, smoke filling the opening. Masked figures appeared around the opening, and Steve could see they were carrying assault rifles. These were no junkies or small-time thieves. Drug dealers, he thought, as he aimed his weapon. "No!" yelled Bill, hands raised in surrender. But Steve's veins were loaded with adrenaline, and he opened fire, hitting one of the gunmen dead in the throat. He fired a second shot, sending another man screaming and ducking out of sight. Steve didn't see the next gunman. The last thing he saw was the flash from the assault rifle. The shooter was precise. 2 shots to the head, millimeters apart. First Steve, then Bill. The bandits then scrambled into the van and rifled through the bins until they found what they were looking for.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?